Hi, Sandra.
Oh, hi.
How are
How you
you?
doing? I'm good. I'm good.
How was your car? Was it like an emergency change of the tire or anything like that?
Well, yes, it's an emergency because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, but I meant
No,
did it pop like randomly?
no, it
Was it
wasn't pop. It wasn't a pop.
okay?
No, no, it went down. But when you've got a cyclist telling you,
Yeah,
pointing at the car tire, you realise, something's not
yeah,
quite right. And I kind of felt the difference in the steering. So
yeah. It was like pulling to one side or something.
yeah, yeah. So then,
Okay.
of course, I saw it and I was like, oh, really? And
Yeah.
then everything else went out the window. Had to get
That
my
yeah, that's the last thing you need, isn't it? It's
yeah,
it
definitely.
yeah. So did that happen at the end of the day? Then it can
Well, it was because at the end of the day, I had to kind of get the help. So yeah,
yeah. It's
and then I just everything else went out the window, and I was like, right, I don't have to worry because I don't have to meet Paul till 6. And it wasn't until I come on my laptop just now. And I went, oh,
yeah, it was yeah, no, that's fine. I kind of I thought that perhaps you thought it was 6 or something. So that's why I sent you the message just to to say, I'm still here, just let me know, whatever. Yeah. so
oh,
so how was the World Skills event? Did you watch all of it?
I did. I mean, I went to a few of the sessions as well during the time, made some notes and things like that.
Yeah.
Going to share the accessibility tech stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's where we first met. That was, what day was that? Like last week, I think
it was
Thursday,
last week.
Wednesday.
That's
Yeah, it's gone
so much has
quick, hasn't
happened.
it?
That it surely has.
Yeah, it's gone really fast. So I think it was it last Tuesday or Wednesday we met at the World Skills
It
event.
was Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, and
And
we were in like a networking room, using this really fascinating piece of technology, and we just had a little icon that was floating around the screen, and then
and
we
that's
came.
what got me.
Yeah, me too. It
It
was
was the curiosity as to where are my initials going to go now?
Yeah, and then we came into a bubble together, and then we both appeared on the screen with a gentleman from World Skills, and then we got into a conversation.
That's right.
We were talking about equality, were we? Equality, diversity,
We were.
or
And
teaching.
I can't remember how that came up. It was just
Yeah,
so random, wasn't it?
I think I was already having that kind of conversation with the previous chap,
I
and I think
see.
you came in and caught like the end of that conversation, and so. But yeah, when you were there and we were having the conversation, the first thing that I caught was your beautiful voice, and I thought
Gosh.
I've got to get Sandra on the podcast and learn all about you, learn all about
About
your
me.
yeah, yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. so so Sandra, what's your like you're ICT academic manager, working for a council, and you teach adults, is that right?
That's right. We were in adult education service, and the title academic manager was like way back when.
Yeah.
It's now changed to curriculum lead.
Okay.
So you're leading a variety of curriculum areas.
Yeah. And so how many adults are you sort of responsible for? Like how many do you look after?
The irony is that it depends on who enrolls on the courses.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like there's no specific number.
And
You
what
could say it's in the hundreds.
okay.
Nah,
What are the circumstances that those adults typically find themselves in when they come to you? Are they looking to improve their careers, or are they starting out from scratch, or what kind of backgrounds do they have?
a variety of backgrounds. In respect of adult education, it's for anybody from the age of 19 upwards.
Okay.
And they can come for what we call leisure courses, which are just, topical subjects that they're interested in. It could be arts, music, creative writing, fitness. There's a multitude of courses.
So it's not all so it's not like purely technology-based courses. It can just be
Oh no.
a whole range of holistic things where it might be like improving communication skills or CV writing, or it may be something for fun like painting, or stuff like that. And whereabouts do you where do you have your lessons? Do you have a specific building, or do you do them in like local council buildings like libraries and stuff like that?
There are some things taking place in libraries, but we have majority of the courses take place in community centres. We
Okay.
try to reach the people where they're at,
Yeah.
and hope to engage in that extended lifelong learning experience in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Because most adults are not going to take themselves off to a college to return to learn. So it enables them to learn in a space that's more conducive to, I don't know, it's a bit more relaxing, I suppose, for an adult.
A bit more relaxed than a college. So would they be people who would maybe even bring their kids with them to these events or lessons, or are they?
Some of the qualification courses have creche facilities as well.
Okay.
So that enables people with children to put them in there while they're in the course.
Yeah.
So that facility is there. It's not massive in that respect, but it is there for some courses, because we do have vocational courses as well, just like a college. We've got the qualification courses just like a college. And yeah, all I say is that whatever you do at college, whatever you teach, we kind of do the same thing. We're still teaching. Yeah. We're still qualified to teach.
Yeah. So what's the unique, I don't want to say unique selling point, but what is the reason that like somebody would choose to go to you rather than going to their local college? Is it that they just don't have that the ability to access the education in their local college, or is the education that you provide, is that like a free service?
It's not a free service.
Okay.
People on benefits can acquire a fee remittance if they qualify for certain criteria that's on the enrolment. So yes, that is enabled in that respect. If you're on low income, there's also a fee remitted element as well. So there are elements that help and enable adults to return to learning. Yeah. And you picked up earlier about whether they're returning because they want to change their careers or learn how to get into employment. And most of our courses are leading, and hopefully leading, towards employment in one stage, and then also there's the well-being side. Okay.
So what does the well-being side, what's that? Is that like how to manage mental health or something like that?
Well, you mentioned some earlier about the arts.
Okay.
That could be creative arts in drawing and painting. It could be music, singing. It could be other sort of embroidery, other sort of topical art work, craft work. It's also the fitness element. We've also got like mindfulness classes. You've got Pilates and yoga. And if they're older, if you haven't got the mobility, you can do chair Pilates. Okay. So it's looking after the whole person. So
so it's like there's no like upper limit on the age. So the people who come to you, they can be any age. They can be like elderly people.
Absolutely.
Oh, right. Cool.
I remember years ago, I can't remember how many, gosh, it's more than 10 years ago, there was somebody that was 89 years old achieving an ITQ level 3 qualification.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. As you said, there's no age limit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing, because that's something that I aspire to be, is a lifelong learner. So I hope that when, if I'm lucky enough to make it to 89, that I'm still learning new things. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
I learn new things every day.
Yeah. Is this your first time on a podcast as well?
Gosh,
Is it?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's
I
like
won't pretend I'm going.
so there's something new again for you today, and I'm so thankful that you're such a lovely positive person, that you just you went away and you thought about it and you accepted that invitation. So thank you so much for coming on.
That challenge. Yes.
So what attracts you to that kind of work? Like, what makes you want to like work with people? Is it as simple and obvious as you enjoy that, you like giving back, or is there something that attracts you to that kind of work?
Interestingly enough, getting into digital skills, as it's now known, but it's become called computer work, didn't it, back in the day? I think it's because I was always fiddling with the computer and always finding new things to do within the word processing. I mean, I'm going back to WordStar and all of those back in the day. And I heard you mention on one of your other podcasts about AOL. Yeah, back in the day. So don't tell anybody how old I am, but that's telling in itself. So I was always dabbling, always inquisitive, always trying to find new ways to do things. So in that was as an administrator. And in that role, and I remember going off on maternity leave, and I came back and they went, drop this book on my table. I think it was OCN at the time, Open College Network. And he said, well, you know about computers, you can teach this. And I was like, So that is how
that happens.
I always
a lot.
believe that, and that was in the voluntary sector, or what they now call the third sector. So I was like, oh, okay. And that's how I actually came about to start to teach. And then to do that, I decided, well, you can't do this without learning how to. So then I went off and did a course. And that's how I got into teaching.
And how long have you been teaching for now? Will that give the game away?
It will give the game away, but I'm not fussed, really. Age is just a number. I'm young, really. 21 years.
21 years, yeah. It's good, isn't it? It's such a rewarding job.
The 21 years with the councils, there was I'm looking about 31 years.
Wow. Yeah. So that's a long career in teaching. You must have helped a hell of a lot of people over that time.
Yes, and in a management position, you're supporting the staff that are actually doing the delivery. Yes, I've taught as well, don't get me wrong. I've been on that front line and teaching, and I love it, absolutely adore it. But there are times now where you're doing more of the management, so it's how you support your tutors to actually be able to deliver. So you become an enabler.
And without like giving any names or anything like that, do you have any success stories or something that you're like really proud of from your career?
Oh, there's so many. The success stories, as I say, they're not all directed through me, but through the whole team, and how we work together and how people come out the other end. So, for example, with the leisure programme, the creative writing team, they've won numerous competitions for their writing. One person I remember in the history study of Coventry history.
It's okay.
He wrote a book that depicted medieval Coventry, a wonderful book that's published. So, and I went, can I have a signed copy, please? So, but that wasn't directly with me, but the service itself is like a big family. So if somebody succeeds somewhere, we've all succeeded.
Definitely.
Does that make sense? And when you're helping and you're supporting learners that have English as a second language, all of the management and tutors that support that, it's all growing the communities. Everything is to support the communities to move forward. Sorry.
I was going to say, is there anything that's really difficult about your job or about your team's job? Like in an ideal world, what would you need to make your community even better?
More people engaging and learning.
Yeah.
I think there is that divide where people feel, oh, I don't need that. What do I want that for?
Yeah.
Whereas if they realize how beneficial learning is, you know, that skill to study, that skill to learn more, to acquire more, to the fact that anything they learn, they can put on their CV as a new added skill. So we're skills building towards employment is what I look at it as, whether it's self-employment, setting up their own business, or going into a company or organization of some sort.
And there's always whenever people take part in these community events and community learning, there's that ability to grow your network of friends and even professional network and to meet new people and to make like lifelong friends as well. Yeah. So, you know, you never know where these little things are going to take you. So I recall on Wednesday, you said, oh, I'm not sure if I'm really meant to be here, but I was curious, you know, and you said, that's why I'm here, because I'm here to learn more about what's going on. So that's why you signed up. And that was sort of it was sort of like the same reason as to why I signed up as well. I have, you know, people that I work with who, you know, they might look at me and think, oh, what's he doing now? Like, he's always doing something.
I'm sure they think the same of me.
Yeah. I know that some of my family are like that as well. They're always like, why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? I've had that in the past. And I don't, the answer is, I don't know. Like, I just love it. Like, I love constantly learning, and, you know, I like getting certificates. You know, I like completing things. It's just like a big game to me, I guess.
Yeah. Is that why you're on that Power MBA? I noticed.
Yeah, I'm on the Power MBA, and I'm you know, learning about business administration and business management and marketing. So I've been doing that for a couple of months, and I have good news. Like, I've just been made an ambassador for the Power MBA as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so on, I think Friday, I should be getting something through that I can share on LinkedIn about that. So yeah, very, very, very excited about that. That's yeah, it's a really good course, and yeah, I recommend it to anybody if they're interested. There's like, it's a lot cheaper than a traditional MBA, and that's the point of it, that it's there to sort of take that knowledge and disrupt the normal MBA structure. Like a regular MBA from a business school, it can cost upwards from £10,000 to you know, 20, 30, even £100,000 if you go to like INSEAD, which is like a French-based MBA school, and that's like, I think they're the #1 ranked in the world. So yeah, I think I paid less than £800. So, you know, I'm going to get like a Harvard education and a certificate from Harvard through them for like a fraction of the cost.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So is that are you constantly developing your own CV, your own
Yes, recently finished, dare I say, can I say names? I don't know.
Yeah,
what organization?
Yeah, that's fine.
The CMI, Leadership and Management qualification.
Cool. Yeah, very nice.
So, you know, I've just done that, and that was through the work. So work support CPD, which is great.
Yeah. Was it how long did that take you?
It should have taken 18 months. Well, actually, you know what? I think they thought it would take less than that, and we went, no way. So it was extended.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit because we were very first cohort.
Yeah.
And he said, no, that isn't going to work. Because when you're working full time, it just...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't have the energy to do the extra studying. And you might have opportunities to like cram and do like a longer session throughout a day or a weekend. But yeah, it can be tricky, can't it, to stick to a schedule.
But achieved.
Yeah, well done. That's awesome. So so you mentioned you're a mum. Like, how many kids have you got?
Oh gosh, they're all grown now. They're all adults with children of their own.
Are you grandma?
I've got, oh yes, I am. I have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl.
Nice.
And dare I say how many grandchildren?
Yeah, how many grandchildren? Yeah.
9.
9. That's okay. That's reasonable. It's not like, yeah, that's not that many, really. I don't think. So it's quite good though. Christmas must be amazing at your house.
They come. No, we do have a good time together. And because we're close anyhow, so it makes it better all the time. You know what I mean? Because we see each other all the time.
Yeah. And did COVID make an impact on your communication with your family or seeing your family throughout that time?
Well, in a way, we did Zoom calls, we did WhatsApp group calls, because WhatsApp tried to get in on the Zoom thing, didn't they, and extend the number of people you could WhatsApp call with. And so we were doing those sort of things to keep in touch. So in a way, it was okay. But then there was just the core that you met anyhow because they were in your immediate bubble. So
yeah, it's so complicated, isn't it? I mean, at first I think we were all playing catch up to kind of figure out what the rules were and figure out what was best for keeping yourself and everybody else safe. And then after a while there was frustration with the constant rule changes perhaps, and then after that a bit of complacency, I think, in a lot of cases, is what I've observed. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to look at the media or look at online and see how the nation's feeling about everything. Don't know what you think about that. It was really nice when you know, like, was it every Thursday or every Tuesday we would stand outside and, like, you know, give a clap for the NHS.
Thursday for the NHS.
Yeah, I felt like that was cool. Like, when people were doing that, it was nice to see, and there was people doing similar sorts of things all over the world. And in a way, it felt like for the first time the whole world was in something together, like that I was aware of, because obviously I'm not old enough to, you know, comprehend like World War I or II, and you know,
neither I.
Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of, like, I'm not comparing them, you know, because obviously they're completely different, but it was the first sort of national or international feeling of solidarity that I kind of witnessed. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, I mean, for that alone, the fact that it was worldwide, it wasn't just a pockets of air and different areas. It was everybody was suffering, because it wasn't nice, was it? Everyone was suffering, and the fear and angst that it brought about.
That's what I was going to say, that, you know, in the beginning there was a lot of fear, and, you know, myself included, I was, you know, freaking out. I remember when we first got locked down and I had to start working from home, I remember the mad scramble in the office between me and my colleagues. We were looking around like we were looters, and we were like, right, what can we take? What do we need? And we were filling boxes and bringing stuff back here. And then I came home and I said to my wife, Naomi, I was like, right, babe, that's it. We got to turn the back garden over. We're going to start planting potatoes, because you never know when people are like going to run out of food. It's going to be chaos. She was like, babe, can you just calm down, just breathe. I was like, no, you don't understand. I was off my mind, like freaking out. But luckily, you know, the worst thing was the comedic toilet roll pharmacies.
Let's not mention toilet roll.
Yeah, the stockpiling of the toilet roll.
Couldn't get any.
Yeah. So
It was the queues that amazed me.
the news.
The queues.
Oh, the queues. Yeah.
That was something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very it's a typically British thing to do, isn't it? To form a line. I remember there was I used to live up in the north in Blackpool, and there was a comic convention on, and I don't know if have you ever been to Blackpool?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you know where the Winter Gardens is, like that, the big white building?
Yeah.
So the event was in the Winter Gardens.
All right.
And then they'd overbooked, and they didn't, the people who put the Comic Con on, they didn't form like a proper queuing system. So from the front door of the building, people were they were queuing all the way down Bankhay Street, and then all around the block, back up again, then around the whole of the Winter Gardens and back again. And there must have been, I don't know, 5 miles worth of queues at one point, all intertwined as well. So people were like arguing about which queue are you actually.
Can you imagine?
Oh, it was horrendous.
My son does Comic Con as well.
Oh, he goes to them.
He goes, yes.
Yeah. Is does he like Marvel or DC? Do you know?
He does both.
Likes all of it. Yeah.
He's dressed up to go to one of those Comic Cons, and I went, "You're going like that?" And I goes, "On the train like that?" And he said, "Yeah."
Yeah. Well, what did he dress as?
I think one time, I don't think he was a character such. He had one time it was like a baseball outfit. So I don't know who was supposed to have been for that one. But yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
I've got a lady coming on later this week called Jen Tate, and she's like a professional cosplayer. So she's into it. On Jen Tate's website, you can see her dressed up as like thousands of these different characters, because that's what she does for a living.
Wow.
She has a massive following. So yeah, that's it's a world that I've been on the edge of, but never dare like dress up as anything myself.
Now my son's brave.
and so what about you? Do you like are you into comics or Marvel, DC, or anything like that?
I do like Marvel and I do like DC. I do watch the programs. But I think gaming generally, I think that's where my children got it from, is because I was forever gaming.
Yeah.
You know, and like back in the day when PlayStation came out, they'd have to have it, or even before that, Super NES and all that, they'd have to have every tool going, be the golf plug, the guns, whatever it was, they had it all.
And so what games would you play when you were playing?
Well, I would try them all. Yeah, I mean, I'm coming back from Super Mario days, the original.
I still play that now. I've got like a mini SNES that I bought a couple of years ago, and it has Super Mario World and Legend of Zelda and Metroid and Street Fighter. It's got like about 30 games pre-installed on it. So yeah, I'm still playing them.
Yeah,
Street Fighter,
and the ones before that with the Space Invader type games.
Yeah, I've got something similar, like a Space Invader Christmas T-shirt on.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because we'll probably I'll put this episode on. It'll be December, but when it goes on.
No problem.
Yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Many happy returns for tomorrow.
I'm 40. 40 tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I had a significant birthday in June, so yes.
It's How did you celebrate it? Did you go you didn't go anywhere, but did you?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Not abroad, because I did want to do a massive big, go on a cruise type thing, but it didn't happen. But no, I was taken to afternoon tea at the Can I mention places on these things?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no
Afternoon tea at the Shard.
Oh wow,
That was nice.
wow.
So yeah, my son sorted that out, and at the same time that was being done, they were doing a makeover on my dining room, and I came back home to new flooring, dining room table and chairs, walls painted, two-seater settee, you know, so that you could sit as well down there. And
yeah. So like what's that program called? Is it like changing
60
rooms
minute,
or
60-minute makeover
60-minute
or something,
makeover or something like
so,
that?
yeah, it was a bit like that.
Oh my
I
God.
came back home to all of that and friends and things. And then prior to that at church, they'd done like an afternoon tea.
Yeah.
So we had afternoon tea at one of my friends' places there. She lives on a farm. So it was all nice, all under the marquee in there. And then it went on for ages, this celebration. Yeah. And then a couple of weeks later, my sister had done one in my niece's back garden with the big tent and the tables all laid out.
Like a gazebo or something.
Yeah, gazebo type event. And yeah, more celebrations again with other people. So it was, yeah, really
that's
good.
Nice. I on Friday I finished work, and I knew that Naomi was up to something. I knew, you know, I didn't know exactly what it was, but she was like, "Oh, I'll come and meet you at work," and I thought that's very strange because I live 500 steps away from where I work. So I was like,
wonderful.
I was like, you know, you don't need to come and meet me, but she did. And then you know, I work on the 6th floor of this building, and I came down and I came out the building, and then my sister was there, and with her baby son. And I hadn't seen my sister in like over 20 years or something crazy. So it was like the first time that we'd met after becoming reacquainted, and they dressed both of my daughters and her son all in the same little Christmas outfits. So it was really cute.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah. And then we came back here, and the whole place was full of balloons, and I had like the 40 balloons and stuff like that. So it was a nice weekend.
That was nice. So you've just started, so you're going to continue it all through.
Yeah, just continue throughout the week. So tomorrow I've got a cake that I'm going to take into work for the people that I work with. I got a caterpillar cake. Like I'll bring that in for them, and can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with the caterpillar cake.
And yeah, there's quite a few presents downstairs that I'm not allowed to touch or look at, you know, that have been coming in through the post from different people. So yeah, it feels different to have like a 40th birthday, because I don't remember, you know, such a fuss like before. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
As you get through these higher ages, accept the fuss.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, because life's short, isn't it? You don't know.
You just don't know, and in the current climate, you never know.
Yeah. Well, we can't end it on that. That was a bit of a downer.
That's just too funny. No, all I can say is have a wonderful celebration tomorrow. Your wife has got a lot of things planned for you.
Yeah, she has. So Sandra, is there anything that you want to say to, you know, your local community, or, you know, anybody you want to shout out to, your family or anything like that before we go?
Gosh,
send them
shout
love
out to my family.
Yeah.
Hey fam. No, my family do know that I'm on here.
Okay.
And if I was to start listing and shouting names, but no, I'll just say shout out to my family.
Yeah. Hi fam.
And but just generally, I mean, going back on the education thing, education is key. It doesn't matter how old you are, get back into that learning environment. It's a good one to be in. If you're looking for a new career, check out adult education. I mean, ours is www.coventry.gov.uk/adult ed, and you'll find we have what's called a choice magazine, and in that all the courses are on there. Phone numbers, get the support you need.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Is there a phone number that you can say now?
Oh yeah, there's a general phone number as well, 02476975200.
Awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, thank you so much, Sandra. I don't want to take up, much more of your evening.
No, thank you as well. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
first podcast. Maybe we can talk about something else another time.
Yeah, definitely. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm very grateful to you taking your time out of your evening to speak to a stranger, basically. So yeah. Yeah. So lovely. And I will I'll put the information on the video so that people can get in touch with you or with your council so that they can sign up for the courses.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Take care,
Bye,
Paul.
Sandra.
Have a wonderful time.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We came, we saw, we kicked it.